Welcome to this week of Unleash Yourself. And this week we're going to be looking at the benefits and the importance of meditation and how adding meditation into our practice can be a wonderful tool and technique that we can use to our advantage on a wide range of different things. So some of the benefits of meditation are it allows us to become more emotional resilient. It allows us to know when to react, when to stay calm, when to stay collected, how to react. Because when you learn how to meditate, you learn how to take a step back and how to stay calm in situations because those heavy situations no longer affect you the same way that they would have. The other thing that meditation helps us with is cognitive ability. It helps us to become more focused, more concentrated. It boosts our memory, and it actually does a lot of healing in the brain. It allows us to critical think and react faster to situations. It allows us to adapt quicker, and it allows us to stay calm, which is, I think, one of the most important aspects of meditation. Now, on a physical level, it can help us reduce anxiety, it can help us reduce stress, it can improve our sleep, it actually can strengthen our immune system. And so these are just some of the benefits of adding meditation into your practice. Now, some people find it hard to do daily meditation. And if you cannot commit to daily meditation, that's okay. Try to at least commit to once a week if you can, because the more you learn how to tune in with yourself, the more you'll be able to use it to your advantage. Now, from a spiritual perspective, when it comes to meditation, it allows you to have a deeper connection with yourself. It allows you to get in deeper. It allows you to connect to your higher self. It allows you to, become more of your authentic self because you're spending time with you. And the more you spend time with you and the more you get to know you, the more you stop allowing things that insult your soul, basically. And so those are just some of the benefits. Now, there are a lot of different types of meditations. There are mindfulness meditations, and mindfulness meditations can be where you just lie down and you're just listening to like a flowing river or a waterfall or birds. You might just be sitting out in nature, so mindfulness just means that you're actually just allowing those thoughts to free flow and you're just, being at peace with you. That's the purpose of mindfulness, is it's just being with peace and accepting you for who you are, accepting your flaws, accepting your imperfections, knowing that you are perfectly imperfect just the way you are. Then there is guided meditations. So guided meditations are led on a variety of different subject matters. I'll get back to guided meditations in a minute. But there's also walk-in meditations. So a lot of people will use walk-in as a means to clear their mind, stay focused, get centered. If they're in an emotional space, they just will go for a walk. And, that whole burning off, steam because, you don't want to say something that to hurt somebody. And so walk-in is one of the most common meditations that people use. They just don't realize that it's a meditation. So I'm going to go back to guided meditations here for a minute. Most shadow work type of classes or inner child work or trauma healing or any of these heavy hidden, let's get to the bare root of the problem. A lot of these practices use meditation to get to the core root of what is the underlying trauma or what is the underlying healing that needs to be addressed. And oftentimes meditation is the tool or the technique that is used in order for you to get to that place. So it's very common to have a instructor or somebody lead you through a guided meditation. So, for example, you might do a self-love course where you're learning how to become more in tune with you and love you. And, that person might lead you through a meditation. And that meditation might just be on forgiveness. You forgiving you for insert whatever blank, right? So they would use that meditation for you to go back in time and find aspects of where you have to forgive yourself, because it is through forgiving yourself that you will learn to love yourself, right? That's just an example of a very common meditation that would happen in that type of scenario. And so every single person has the ability to meditate. You just got to find what type of meditation works for you. So the only way for you to know what type of meditations work for you is to trial them and see, does it work or does it not work? For example, I tend to be very well at guided meditations. I can do guided meditations. I have no problem. I can lead them. I can have people lead me through them. And so I find guided meditations are super easy. I do walk-in meditations in nature a lot to clear my mind, to stay focused, to just get in tune with who I am. And I probably do that daily, would be my daily meditative one that I do the most, would be I just walk in nature. And just the simple act of being in nature for me is meditation enough. It allows me to clear my mind and just be with myself. And so that one is probably the number one meditation that I use. Now, I also use meditation before I go to bed. I do body scanning meditations before I go to bed. I do breath meditations before I go to bed. And I do that because meditation allows you to get a better sleep. And so if you ground the energy out of your body before you go to bed and you do breathing meditations, and then you go into like a mindfulness space before you go to sleep, it's like adding extra hours onto your sleep. So for every hour that you can successfully meditate, which means like you're bringing your heart rate down, you're bringing your breathing down, you're getting into that alpha state, which is not necessarily that sleep state, but it is that like deep relaxation state. For every hour that you can get in there, it is the equivalent of having like 2 hours sleep. And so it is like saying to your body, please take this time and initiate the healing of my organs and initiate the healing of my mind, and allow my memory to be boosted and improve my sleep and improve my cognitive function, improve my mental well-being and my mental and emotional resilience. And so meditation does all of these things. And so it's a relatively simple tool and technique that we can use for our advantage. So this week, what I want you to do is take some time, 5-10 minutes, and just sit and allow your thoughts to just wander. Just allow them to wander. Don't try to control them. Get into a space where you can have like clear-minded meditation where you have no thoughts at all is a really hard meditation, and that's not the purpose of this. So what I want you to do is just sit in silence or sit with relaxation music if you like relaxation music, and just monitor your thoughts and see if there's something specific that rises to the surface. Oftentimes when we sit in silence and we just breathe and we just relax and we ground first. You ground the energy out of your body and you just relax. What happens is your subconscious will release things that it needs you to be aware of, that it needs you to focus on, that it needs you to bring it into attention. And so oftentimes we're just so busy with the hustle and bustle of life. We're constantly busy. We've got people we got to call. We've got places we got to go, that we don't allow our subconscious to communicate with us. And so this week, what we're going to do is we're going to ground first. We're going to use our breathing, and then we're just going to sit for 5-10 minutes and just see if our subconscious releases what it is we need to work on. So, as always, if you have questions or you need clarity, then please reach out. And if you don't, I am wishing you the very best of weeks, and I'm looking forward to meeting with you soon.